Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 2 cigars and a blunt. I am the man on the street.
This is Pharaoh King.
Pissed off Tim Dog from Be More Careful.
The mad professor living in the boot.
Conspiracy brother number one. Po' boy from the boot. Everybody, your mama like me.
I have a bone to pick with.
Well, only because we have the same mama, Negro.
I ain't say the reasons why. I just say she do.
We already started the show off. We already started the
Mr.
show off.
Conspiracy, you need to fix that intro.
Yeah, I got you. So Tim Dog, what's the deal, man? You say you got some shit you got to already talk about?
Yeah, I know I've been gone for a little bit and everything, but
last week.
Man, shut the fuck up. I know I've been gone for a while, but y'all have took a brother off the intro and everything. I'm like, dang, I've been back now for a month.
No, you on the intro, you just dark as hell. Look, I'm telling you, that's what it is.
That ugly little black spot on the side, that was you.
That's you.
Whatever.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna play the intro again, Tim. Look at it. That's you, Tim.
Play
That's
it again.
You. Just dark as hell. Now, let's hear the apology.
I do take that back.
Tim about to cry tonight. Tim was about to cry for
man, no, I just saw that. I was like, where the fuck
he gonna cry in the after show.
Yeah, I was a little piece corner from when when I had bad equipment. I didn't even have a green screen. Y'all go put some shit up like that. Fuck you.
That shows how far we come as a podcast.
Yeah. Come on now. You know we won't do you like that, man. You was down and out. You know, we kick you when you down and out, but we won't just throw you away like that.
It was no we, it was you.
Well, yeah.
Throw that man under the damn bus. Why don't you?
Don't put me in that shit with you. Tim, we was good, Tim.
I know we had
I got you. But like I say though, man, we won't do you like that, man. You know, but that's still a work in progress, man. I'm gonna come on, try to redo it again with some better video, but everybody got this good equipment now. Everybody coming in nice and clear. So Tim Dog,
I have to talk to my agent about this shit.
Yeah, talk to your agent about it. Hey, make sure you talk to mine too, shit, so we all can get paid. God damn it, man. But today is March 22nd, which is the man on the street birthday. Oh man!
Happy birthday to you!
Happy birthday to
you!
And if you didn't see my
happy 54th.
I've always hated that.
That's right. If you didn't see my video that I made last night, I stayed up all night. I had to make my own goddamn video, but here's my video from the birthday.
Your birthday, what you expect?
Ain't all of it. Nigga just been doing it, you heard? You know what the difference is between you and me? I make this look good.
So Tim Dog,
I ain't no Big Daddy Kane when you was your brother. Y'all look just alike.
But man, I'm telling you right now, this is gonna be an emotional show. So I'm gonna let people know right now, it's gonna be one of those emotional shows that's gonna get you in your feelings. That's gonna be some cursing. So I'm just being forewarned that it's gonna be one of those shows. I already see it coming. I know the mad professor say he's gonna hold on to his cursing, but man, I'm gonna go ahead and start. I'm already go ahead and start right. We already got a goddamn comment already.
Miss Paula Simmer.
Okay.
Yeah, Paula.
What's up, Cheryl?
That's Miss Interview Lady.
Cheryl. Okay, then we got Paula in the house. Okay. What did this say?
She's not emotional. I'm already in my damn.
See, we're gonna have to bring her on. She's hilarious. We're gonna have to bring her
Okay,
on.
we got to bring her on, man, because this happened down in
You
Louisiana.
down to come on? You down to come
Oh,
on?
y'all know what time
Yes,
it
we
is
get you
down
on
in
right now.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
So here it is right now.
Sheila and Clay Fletcher walked out of a packed East Feliciana courtroom in handcuffs and chains.
Really the worst case I've ever seen about human neglect.
The couple was first arrested in 2022. Their daughter Lacey was found dead on the family's couch, covered in her own waste and weighing less than 100 pounds.
It's very evident that Lacey Fletcher had some mental deficiencies. She was neglected by her parents. They didn't really show any direct intent to kill her, but their actions actually killed her.
In testimony, Sheila and Clay were in tears. The defense and prosecution agreed Lacey could have gotten help.
They didn't see the forest through the trees, now they do.
Defense attorney Stephen Moore said the pair should have asked for help, but they were overwhelmed.
Unless you've lived it, you don't know what it's like.
The defense attorneys argued that in Lacey's last months, she was uncooperative with her parents and refused care, which they say led to her death.
Lacey controlled them. They, like the judge said, they took the path of least resistance. She controlled them. She said, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to brush my teeth. I'm not going to comb my hair. I'm not even going to see a doctor on FaceTime.
The investigation determined she was left unchecked for nearly 20 years with no health insurance claims to her name.
Damn. 20 years she stayed in that spot. And you got these defense attorneys out there trying to justify how the parents treated their daughter. Hey, Matt Professor, that's your state. What you got to say?
Well, it's my state, but not my people.
I got
say
you.
that. I'm gonna put that out there right now. But it just goes to show you how you sit there and hear people talk about how they pro-life, but don't give a damn about the life that's part of their own. And the fact that you could do that to your own child and not feel any goddamn sympathy about that, and have your defense attorney come up with, oh, she was unruly, then call the police, call mental health officials. But you let her sit there and waste away. Basically, she became part of the sofa that you left her on for 20 years. You ain't give a damn about that girl. Not one damn at all.
Yeah. That's the thing I say, 20 years. And she was autistic. So they say that she couldn't really speak. So like you said, Matt Professor, you could get her help. Hey, Tim Dolphin, be more careful. What you think about that situation?
Damn white people who are always getting off on something or trying to use something. Let that be one of us. There won't be no excuse. It'll be straight to the gallows. And you already know it. And 20 damn years. Come get the fuck out of here. 2 years is too long. And you gonna say, oh, we didn't know how to handle her. Shit, put her ass in the hospital. Do something. I guess y'all was like, fuck it, your ass just gonna stay there. Literally.
Yeah, I know we making fun of it, man, but it's kind of a sad situation.
It is.
But I would say this. They did get sentenced to 40 years in prison, so they got sentenced to 40 years in prison. But Pharaoh King, man, I just can't see a parent doing that to their child, like the Math Professor said.
Well, hey, did they check the mental status of the parents? They talk about the child, but what about the mental status of the parents? I mean, you got to have some mental deficiencies yourself if you're going to leave your child sitting there. I mean, just family in general. I mean, I know more than just the parents saw that woman sit there. So, Like,
Yeah,
come on.
you got that right, man. I mean, family members had to come over to the house. It's not like they didn't have company or friends come over to the house.
And
We
I'm
see
pretty
this
sure
young
that
lady.
house smelled like crap.
Yeah, because they say that she, man, you know, I'm not trying to bring the show
Mhm.
down, but they say she was covered in her own urine, her own feces. She had maggots where sores was down to her bone.
Mhm.
And you trying to tell me that her lawyer's trying to say the parents that she controlled the parents?
I mean, hey, we come on, man. You seen worse with lawyers trying to cover up for people that blatantly did something. I mean,
Yeah,
come on.
yeah, that's true too. So what you got to say about that? Conspiracy brother number one.
That shit's just outright crazy. But the parents got what they deserve, and we're in a time now where parents are being held accountable for their actions more than a time before. Because just like those people who went to jail for their son going shoot up the school, so it's just crazy that even the rest of the family didn't even come check in, like Pharaoh said. It's just that should just I don't. They should got way more than 40 years. Hell, just put them on the sofa. That's what they do. Put a sofa in their goddamn jail cell and strap their ass down for 40 years. See how long they goddamn last.
Like I said, it's just sad, you know, that the child was autistic, and as a parent, you should do whatever you can for your child, and for the lawyer
Especially those
to,
kids, because
yeah,
autistic kids are
yes,
some of the most talented people in this
yes,
world. You just
yeah,
have to find what they are talented at. Because
yeah,
there's this one autistic kid, and he can see a picture of a city one time and go draw that shit exactly the same way he just saw it.
yeah, yeah.
And none of us could do that shit. Y'all better can remember y'all goddamn names when you wake up.
You got
So
that right.
Man, like I
it's just
said
a
though, so
shame.
it's got to be the parents. If the kid's autistic, it's got to come from one of the motherfucking parents.
I
Yeah,
blame
Yeah.
inbred.
So
it's
yeah,
just
they
a
got to
sad.
be cursing already, man, because it's sad.
Hey, I told you, man, and we just got started. That's the first video that we just talked about, man.
Hey,
It's just
But
man,
that's
look,
inbred
Take us
for
down
you.
the
You
shit
know
hole.
that. Louisiana.
here you go with
they
the
do that.
inbred.
Well, I told y'all they cousins.
And you got to realize, man, New Orleans is a whole state in itself. The
Well,
rest
yeah.
of Louisiana is Louisiana.
I tell
But New
people all the
Orleans,
time when they
that's
ask
its
me,
own place.
when
I
people
got
always say, "What state you from?" New Orleans.
You know.
No, that sound like
New
people from
Orleans.
Florida and Miami. I'm from Miami, and then everybody else from Florida.
Right.
okay. Hey, man. Hey, from one crazy parent to another, man. Hey, I already saw this, but Pharaoh King sent it to me, so we have to talk about this crazy mother effer.
Oh yeah.
Mother who pleaded guilty to the murder of her 16-month-old daughter has been sentenced to life behind bars with no possibility of parole. Crystal Candelario, 32, was charged with aggravated murder and child endangerment for leaving her daughter Jaylyn in a playpen at home while she went on vacation for 10 days last summer. When Candelario returned home from her trip to Detroit and Puerto Rico, she found Jaylyn unresponsive and called police. Jaylyn was extremely dehydrated at the time of death, the Cuyahoga County Prosecutor's Office wrote in a press release. Jaylyn was discovered in a pack-and-play pen on a liner soiled with urine and feces with soiled blankets. An autopsy determined that the toddler had died of starvation and severe dehydration.
Soy una persona creyente de Dios.
I'm a person who believes in God.
Dios y mi hija me han perdonado.
God and my daughter have forgiven me.
On count one, aggravated murder, I'm going to sentence you to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Like I said,
You get.
yeah. I saw this. I saw this earlier. This is some crazy 16-month-old baby. She's left in a playpen while she went to Detroit. Then she went to Puerto Rico for 10 days. A total of 10 days. Pharaoh King. Cheryl King, man. What you got on this, man?
Man, when I saw this article, I went down and looked at the article and I read what was going on with this lady, and she left the kid with like 2 bottles of milk and some snacks. And then she went with a guy. They didn't put in there that she was with a guy when she went on this vacation. That dick must have been some type of good for her to leave her child in a playpen for 10 damn days. I mean,
well, she about to get a face full of pussy real soon.
Hey man, hey, a life sentence of it. But they said that the neighbors heard the kid crying. They got it on the Ring camera where they heard her crying at 2 a.m. in the morning and stuff, and then all of a sudden the kid just stopped making noise.
Real.
So, I mean, come on, man.
It can't feed themselves. That shit's outrageous.
16 months.
Yeah,
16 months. She shouldn't even get life. Why waste the taxpayers' dollars on her ass sitting in jail?
She gonna sit there and say she believe in God and God got a kid. Hell yeah! After 10 days, you goddamn right.
Yeah. So conspiracy brother number one, you already started
nobody
talking about
dignitized.
Go ahead, man.
I heard a dick drunk, but not dickmatized.
That's because you ain't doing it right.
I guess my question to you on conspiracy brother number one, for her to go 10 days, she has done this before, because I think they say she has another child.
No, she left that child 2 days earlier by herself for 2 days before she left for the 10 days.
No, what I'm saying is she has another child that I think they say that lives with somebody else. That's I think they say she's about 7 or 10 or something like that. So she has done this. I think she has done this before. What you say about a conspiracy brother number one?
I'm sure because look, when I had 2 dogs, right, I used to like to go to Atlanta, but it was only for the weekend. And I would let them in the yard and I would leave food and water. But that to me, man, like I said, her ass, again, this is another case where people just need to be killed immediately. Like, don't wait. As soon as trial open, as soon as the judge say life, somebody should be behind her choking her ass out. While she in the court. See, that's the kind of shit that stop people from doing crimes. If you kill them motherfuckers on the spot, you guilty. But yeah,
I'm gonna tell you my issue with it.
Go ahead, man, Professor.
It's just like I spoke last week about the mother who left her kids in the house to go to work and the dad burned the house down.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a baby crying at 2 a.m. and you keep hearing them crying. Why are you not going to check on the kid?
Exactly.
What were you doing that was so important that you couldn't check on the kid, but you making notes about what time it is that you hear the child crying?
They minding their business.
No. If you hear a baby crying for hours on end, it ain't time to mind your goddamn business.
No, that's what they were saying.
No, I know. I dig it. I understand now what you're saying. But my point is, you sit there and condemn the mother when you had a part in it that you could have stopped this. It's just like if you see somebody walking across the street and you see a car coming, grab them or grab their attention. You don't just let it happen. I mean, unless you're morbid.
You just let them walk into the street.
Right.
Get hit.
And conspiracy brother, the thing about sentencing a person to life and not the death penalty is it costs more to keep somebody on death row than it does keeping them in prison in life, because on death row you get continual appeals.
Yeah. And that's continual money for the lawyers, but how lawyer gonna get paid? Hell, motherfucker in jail.
The state.
Yeah, I guess what
to be a lawyer.
I guess what conspiracy brother is saying is, the hell with all this waiting years and years. You do something because this is kind of evil. I mean,
ain't no appeal.
If you have cut and dry evidence, there should not be a prolonged process of these motherfuckers breathing.
Yeah.
But what you got on Tim Dolph? Be more careful.
Man, I hope when she go to jail that she be somebody bitch. And it ain't just
if I went to a woman's jail, I wouldn't mind that.
No.
You say
Whoop her ass
and
remind her of what she's in there for.
Well, there will be mothers in there who
Well,
probably beat her down.
Oh yeah.
she about to
There's a
she
lot
about
of
to get it.
some of those women in there because of people touching their kids. So
Yeah.
they don't feel no sympathy. It's just like when a man goes to jail for rape. They treat them like the rapists they are.
And she
Yeah.
speaks
They get
Spanish.
no
You better
love.
hope it's a Spanish gang of women in there. 'Cause if
Yeah,
not,
but
boy,
She ain't gonna get no love for that. What she done.
but
That's
Exactly.
like the lowest of low. That's the
Yeah,
lowest.
Uh-huh.
That's your own. So you could go party and be digmatized. That was your reasoning
You
for
read
leaving
that
your
word
child.
somewhere this week because this is like the third time you done used it.
You ain't seen it
you
pop
ain't
up?
seeing that?
Digmatized on the screen.
He said
Digmatize him.
digmatized is some real
Hey,
shit.
hey,
though.
put it on there, man. Put it on there. Put it on there.
Put
Digmatize
that down,
him.
yeah, man, on the street.
I got to find it.
Come on, man, on the street.
How am I putting
We
that on?
drunk already. Happy birthday.
No, I guess what I'm saying is what I'm
He's
saying is to what the math professor said. You know, if you hear the child crying, you know, and you marking down the times that you hear the child crying, that all of a sudden, because the child, everybody else done had, we got kids, and when it was a baby, after about an hour, a child just will cry and cry. So you should know something was wrong if you
Right.
just hear continual crying. That's the part that gets me. And now, you know, like the math professor said last week, you know, people, oh, now they feel sad. No, you don't feel sad because you did. You would have went over there and knocked on the door or break the door down to see what the hell was going on. That's the issue that I have with this whole scenario. Yeah, the
Man.
mother, but the people that heard the noise and didn't do nothing about it, they just as guilty.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I mentioned that they said it was on the Ring camera. So if you have it on, you have the evidence on the Ring camera of her coming and going, then you know damn well for 10 days, you know that woman ain't came back. So you should have took it behind over there or called the police.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It
that's
takes
true.
a village.
It takes a village, but the village.
But this is Cleveland, Ohio, though. So you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but this is
I
a village,
know.
and but now the village is not helping each other, and just like you know, Tim Dawes for Be More Careful said, most people trying to mind their business. Oh, that's not my issue. Why should I get involved? But if you hear a
They
child,
could be prejudiced towards it. Probably don't like her because she's, Mexican. Who knows why? I mean,
Yeah, but-
people have their reasons for not doing something that they know that they should be doing.
But
And
we
then
all
when they then when they don't do it, then all of a sudden, they get this little remorse or regret that, oh, I wish I could have, should have. I mean, a person with moral standards would have done it anyway.
Yeah, but if you're compassionate for a child, though, anybody, if you see a child crying, and I mean just random crying, you some compassion in you would say, why's the child crying? You should have some type of compassion, whether I like the person or not, whether I'm prejudiced or not. A child is damn near innocent. You know what I'm saying? So there's no excuse, or they didn't like the parents. No, I'm not gonna let them slide with that. No, hell no.
Listen, I agree with you. But
yeah.
I mean, once again, we don't know the situation that those people are in for them to be.
Because it might have been a common thing where the baby was always crying like that. So they're just like, oh.
So we don't know
same
that the
shit.
situation.
There should be a child welfare
you don't
check.
know.
No, we're not disagreeing with none of that. We just saying
But you can't just be calling on, that's a big thing to just call call them people on somebody and you really don't know the situation. So it's a lot of other factors
it's
that
just factors we don't
probably
know
played into people not calling because because that's a big situation for you to call on somebody because now that's about to be a life-changing situation and it still was.
Well, let me tell you.
It's a horrible situation.
Back when our kids were young, our boys were younger. My wife went to school because the teacher said that our son, I think our second, had lied to her about something. And when my wife asked the teacher what happened, and then she asked my son, and my son lied to her, she smacked the piss out of him.
Right.
That teacher called Child Protection Services.
Mm.
And when that lady came to the house, we said, take him. Go ahead, take him. If you're not going to allow us to discipline him, go ahead, take him.
Yeah.
Because we'll be damned you try to get us in trouble for disciplining our child so that the law don't have to discipline him.
Right. So they can say they can use it as an excuse. Oh, you should have did something with your kids when they were young.
Exactly. And I say that to say this. If somebody cared about the child, if the child is always crying, you should check on why the child is crying, even when a parent is there, because the parent's not going to just let their child sit there and scream, and not have somebody checking on them. I know when I hear a kid screaming, I look out the window.
Man, you ain't seen all them badass kids in Walmart crying.
And you know what I say? If they in Walmart getting beat on, that means they touched something, they looked at something, they asked for something. I can dig that because my kids knew not to ask for shit. But my point is, if you say that the kid has a history of crying, even when the mother is there and the mother just let the kid scream and scream and scream, either that kid is injured or that kid is hungry, and somebody should have called child welfare to check on that kid.
Well, we got
because I'm sorry, like you said, she has another kid somewhere else.
Yeah.
So that means she's not a parent, and that means if you knew that she has another baby, the first thing in your mind is, okay, I gotta be mindful of this child.
Like, I mean, we understand what you're saying, but what is surrounding this person for this to lead up to what happened? That's what we're saying. Like, we just don't know the whole story. We just got the end result of whatever.
That's what I'm saying. But I understand that. Trust me, I do. Yeah. And like everybody says, sometimes the best business to mind is your own. But I'm sorry, I don't mind my business when it comes to a kid. I just don't.
No, I agree. I absolutely agree.
Oh, hell no.
Just like Ms. Paula Sims says, she says, minding the business that pays me.
Yeah.
Hey,
well, that's where I got that from.
And she also saying that, different parenting skills.
That's not parenting though. That's not parenting at all. Parenting involves you involving with the child.
Essence, it is.
That's not parenting. That's neglect. There ain't no skill involved in that shit.
Yeah.
Ain't a skill involved in neglect.
Why she's in jail now.
Yeah, well, that's just a person being there.
Parenting skill was horrible.
Well, I heard what everybody just said. Hey, you don't want to get involved, or we could have caused the situation to get worse. But man, we done seen things happen when people call for every little thing, and it did get worse. So which way we want to have it? We going to have it one way, or we going to have it both ways?
I'd rather.
6 former officers are being sentenced for their roles in a series of brutal attacks. The self-proclaimed Goon Squad members pleaded guilty to assaulting 2 black men by repeatedly shocking them with tasers, sexually assaulting them with a sex toy, and shooting one man in the face, nearly killing him.
Prosecutors say in January of 2023, Elward, along with 4 other deputies and a former Richland police officer, burst into their home after a white neighbor called about suspicious activity. The officers arriving, calling Jenkins and Parker racial slurs, and arresting the 2 men without probable cause to believe they had committed any crime, according to investigators. Authorities say they then sexually assaulted the 2 men, shocked them with tasers for roughly 90 minutes, and poured liquids like milk and alcohol over their faces.
I relive this every day.
According to court documents, Elward also shot Jenkins in the mouth and, instead of providing medical aid while he was bleeding on the floor, staged a cover-up involving drugs and a gun.
Look at me, I look at him, and sat there for a minute, and pull the trigger.
Elward apologizing to both Jenkins and Parker in court Tuesday.
For, what, is given and what is done, I forgive that part, but other than that, he still did, what he did, and he has to be punished for that.
Prosecutors say some of the officers called themselves the Goon Squad for their willingness to use excessive force and not report it.
Now, see, you got people that will call, and then you have shit like this happen.
Wait.
What I'm saying? So
they said it was because they were living with a white woman.
Oh, okay, but what I'm just saying, what report?
No, yeah, they just said because they were living with a white woman's white.
They say it's suspicious. They say suspicious activity. So
they were living with a white woman.
I'm just saying what reports say. I got you, but you're trying to say something before I cut you off. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's all good.
You go right into this, man.
No, we're gonna move on because I'm done talking. I don't want to talk about her no more.
Okay.
No, we good.
Okay, we on to this one. So what you got on this one, man, Professor? Well,
my issue is with these cops. It's like I said a couple weeks ago. We need to get rid of qualified immunity for people like this. And I mean, it's sad that what? It's been 20 years now that the cops in New York used a mop stick to rape a that immigrant from the African country. I can't remember.
Yeah, I remember that.
I cannot remember the guy's name anymore for some reason.
I can't pronounce it. I'm messing it up. Adalo something. It sounds like
Amadou Adalo.
That's it. Yeah, there it is.
Amadou Adalo.
Yeah.
And the fact that they still think that they can get away with shit like this, even in a state like Mississippi, where you don't expect, a cop to get to be able to, you don't expect a cop to get brought up on charges like this. But I mean, come on now, it's just foolishness. That's why, I keep saying, cops don't need qualified immunity because they get away with this crap, and then the state and the city is left to pay for what they've done. They need to pay. It ain't just enough to go to prison.
Yeah. Well, I think the last one got sentenced, and its sentences like 40. I think 40. I think the last one has got like 10 years. So what you got on that?
17
and
and a half.
And then to apologize. No, you ain't apologizing for what you've done. You apologizing because now your ass going to jail.
Yeah. So what you got on that, Tim Dolphin? Be more careful.
Man, how the tables have turned. It lasts 5 years. It's a slow process, but it's coming through where these bad cops are getting their just due. Not all are bad, but these motherfuckers right here, what will possess you to sodomize another human being? For what? I mean, is that some kind of fetish or fantasy for you?
I just told y'all, man, it's because they were living with a white woman.
But that's
they use that as an excuse they use that as an excuse to do what they did. That's what I'm telling you guys.
That's no excuse, man. That's no excuse.
Well, because they already were doing that. That was what they did. So to me, they just finally stuck with the wrong people and got caught. Because that's what they did. They were going, if they wouldn't have got caught, they were going to do it to the next people.
I'm sure in court came
now what they did with the intensity of what they did might have been behind
that's
woman,
because
it might have been one of their old ex-old ladies or something. So that's probably why the intensity of what it was, because somebody that one of them probably was messing with. So but yeah. That's the great thing about now, that these bad cops are finally being held accountable for their actions, even though when they get sued, the state is going to end up paying. But if the state don't do nothing, it's the state's fault as well, because everyone who's a part of that has to be held accountable. So I think the cops should get jail time, and the state should pay because they're the ones hired these people. So it's everybody that's involved needs to be held accountable.
I would say this: if you actually read up on it, this been going on in that town. I think it's called Rankin, Mississippi. It's been going on in that county for years, and I think a couple of those cops have already been
the counties where it's going on.
Yeah. I'm just talking about. I'm talking about this one. It goes on in all of America, but we talking about this one, and it's been going on for years. And these guys has become more emboldened by doing this, and they gotten away with it before. So why not keep doing it and keep doing it? So that's my point. I understand what you were saying, Pharaoh, but they've been doing this for a while. What you got to say about that?
Oh, yeah.
All I'm saying is, if you guys watch Trump's recent rally, he said that he was going to indemnify all the police forces across the United States. And if you don't know what the word indemnify means, let me read it for you.
So teach us something.
Indemnify. Ladies and gentlemen. Hey, that's right. Indemnify. Compensate someone for harm or loss. All right. Secure someone against legal liability for their actions.
And that's the one he's using.
So that's all I got to say about that.
Well, you know what that means? We need to go be cops.
Yeah,
that's what that means. Everybody should go sign up to be a cop. If he gonna do that, that's what you do to counteract that shit. The people that don't get hired, your ass is fucked. But the ones that
but the problem is, are they gonna hire you?
Right.
Well, let's get the math professor in here, because I know he got something to say about this situation.
My biggest issue, my biggest issue with this is they were saying that they've done this before and gotten away with it. And everybody always says there's always bad cops in every precinct. But guess the hell what? If the good cops know that there are bad cops in their precinct, that means that's not a good cop. They're not good cops either if they're covering. And that's the problem with all of this bullshit, is that you can't continue to allow bad people to do whatever they want while you look the other goddamn way. I think what was it Dr. King said? Injustice, I'm always messing it up when I try to think of something Dr. King said, but paraphrasing, if you allow bad to happen around you and do nothing about it, you're a part of the problem. And that's the biggest issue, is cops always want to play that brotherhood bullshit and protect each other from the wrong they've done, when they don't realize that if they just go ahead and get rid of those wrong cops, that means good cops will stay where they are, and that the community will start trusting them more. But they're letting these guys do this shit over and over and over without any time, and doing it with impunity. All that did was invite them to go further and further until they get in trouble. And now I can't wait to see what kind of civil suit these guys are going to bring against that department, that county, and the state. I can't wait to see that.
You know what I'm surprised?
Well, I think I read something. They say that they filed a $400 million lawsuit against that. I think it's $400 million, but don't quote me.
And as far as Trump with thin skin, this want to indemnify cops against wrongdoing, nigga, it ain't working for you. It ain't working for you,
Donald Trump.
Dumbass.
That's his nickname, Donald Trump.
I guess my thing is, how can you call yourself a protector of everybody, and then like you put the gun in the guy's mouth, and then you pull the trigger,
right?
And you see the guy down there suffering, and you didn't have no compassion. And then and what did you try to do? Oh, we're gonna plant some drugs on these guys to get them on a drug charge.
Where they get the drugs from?
Exactly.
Their own pocket.
Their own pocket.
They weren't in the house, because that would have been a reason for them to say they went in there for the drugs.
And like I said, we're not condemning all cops, because there are some good cops out there. But
a lot of good cops.
Yeah. I think there's more good than there are bad.
Yeah,
but
easy.
Like, honestly, I've never had a bad encounter with a cop.
Me neither.
Ever. Like, every encounter I've had has been pleasant.
Yeah.
I guess I just happen to run in. But like I said, most of the cops are good. It's the bad ones that eventually the bad ones get caught.
One cop had me dead to rights and could have brought me to jail if he chose to. And he's like, you know what? You made a mistake. I'm gonna just write you up and let you go. Just don't do it again.
That shit don't happen in Baltimore. You be on the corner with people who's slinging. Police know you not. Hold on now. They know you ain't doing nothing. They've been watching, but yet they gonna charge you with everything. Everybody
because they're trying to send you a message. That's what that is. They're trying to send you a message to get off the corner if you ain't doing nothing.
You got to go to the store.
Man, take your ass home. That's what you should have been
doing. That damn street.
All I was doing was going to get me a sandwich from the corner store.
Now you gonna get you a sandwich on your prison tray.
Yeah, you got a Don't drop the soap.
So, in other words, they know I'm not one of those guys. They see those guys every day. They know what's right, what's wrong, who doing what.
I got you. I understand what you're saying.
But they just trying to.
Thank you.
They're trying to send you a message, man. You learned a lesson because you wasn't on the corner.
That's right. It's called Scared Straight.
The corner.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Scared Straight.
It's
called Scared Straight. It worked for you. That's exactly what worked for you.
Well,
you ain't never been to the corner.
Hey, Paula say, hey, Tim, you see what Paula said? Paula said, not the sandwich on the corner. Oh.
Paula can say it. Paula can say it, but not in my face.
That's because she can't bend
About
down
as
enough
tall as you,
according to the
Matthew.
fellas.
About as tall as you.
So Paula,
Tim,
you
she about as
keep your
tall as you. She
folks
might be able
in
to take you to
on
the.
your
She might
point.
be able to take you.
Oh, she can take me? Come on, let's
She
see.
might be able to take you, man.
Let's see.
Oh, he went Wolverine on her.
Oh man, but like I say though, there are a lot of good cops out there, and just y'all got to point these bad cops out because I know they say that one of the cops actually was threatening other cops if they had report them. So
We got threats going down in the comments right now.
Oh, we got
That's all right, Paul. I mean, just go in the store as long as you pay for my food. How about that?
Go to the store.
I want
It's
chicken
going
box and
down.
everything. Salt, pepper, ketchup, hot sauce too.
Oh man, it's
You're
going
gonna have
down.
to come on the after show.
Yeah,
Paul,
come
you're
on.
gonna have to come on the after show if you're available.
Oh man, I'm telling you, man, it just was a crazy week, and I know y'all remember when this went down.
And her harebrained scheme for attention took over the internet news cycle for weeks, and finally, we have a resolution. The former nursing student finally came clean and admitted in court that she made up the entire kidnapping story.
To the misdemeanor offense of making a false police report, how do you plead?
Guilty. For the first time since she faked her own abduction last summer, we heard Carlee Russell speak. After pleading guilty, she made an emotional plea for leniency in sentencing.
My sincerest apologies to the Hoover Police Department and every other law enforcement agency and personnel for the position that I put them in and for the resources used. I absolutely regret my decision and in hindsight wish that I had cried for help in a totally different manner.
In the end, Judge David Carpenter sentenced Carlee Russell to a total of a year in jail, but suspended that sentence so she'll be on probation instead. A disappointing end to this case for the state attorney general's office, which stepped in to prosecute the case. They had hoped Russell would at least come clean with the details of what happened during the almost 48 hours she was missing.
Ms. Russell faked a kidnapping, duped the community, and contrived this situation. We still, Judge, don't know to this day where she was, how she got there, what she was doing, with whom she was doing it with.
Russell was also ordered to serve 100 hours of community service and pay restitution of right at $18,000 to the city of Hoover as compensation for the search efforts.
Man, you know, when we first heard this is that Justice Mollett. I know I'm messing the name up. You know, situation. She say that she saw a baby.
It's
on
actually
the side of a
Juicy
road.
Smollett.
Huh?
Juicy Small, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say Juicy Smollett. I was about to say that crap. Dave Chappelle knew he ran that one. But you said it right, Juicy Smollett. You said it right the first time.
Oh my God.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is, you know, this is one of the craziest shit. You know, when I first heard it, I thought it was crazy. What you thought about Tim Dog for being more careful?
Man, that girl knew exactly what she was doing. I'm gonna get some attention myself. I'm gonna be on YouTube. I'm gonna get girl. They saw you was black and said, "Oh hell no, we gonna get this bitch."
What you got? What you got on the camera? I see you all. I see you.
No,
got the camera.
I have nothing to say about this situation. I have nothing to say. She got her 15 minutes of fame. Now her guy's got a year of probation. That's all.
What you got? What you got, Bad Professor?
Well, that man, just like you said with Juicy, when you heard the story, you like, this don't sound right. It don't feel right in your spirit. They let you.
Yeah.
I don't remember the particulars anymore, but I'm like, your car is there, and they let you go in your own car.
Well, me tell you what it was. She say she was driving and she saw a baby walking down the interstate.
Yeah.
I think she was on the interstate. She saw a baby walking down the interstate, so she got out of her car to go help the baby. She was like, "There's a baby." You know, remind you of you remember that you remember that skit Dave Chappelle did, where he said that he was in the
hood, yeah.
He was in the hip. Yeah, he was in the hood. He saw a baby.
Yeah, 2 a.m. slinging drugs. Yeah.
Hey, baby, what you doing out here? What you got?
I'm here to. I'm here to abduct you.
Oh man, what was the?
What you got on it, man? So you when you first heard this story, or if you remember this story, you know she said she was driving, she saw a baby, and she got out to help the baby, and she got abducted. So when you if you were to hear that story, would you believe that story?
Nah, she's looking for something. I don't know. Something wrong with her ass, but she got what she wanted. Like I tell my son, when you seek attention, don't be upset about what you get in return for the attention you asking for. So there you
the
go.
baby was
Prime
Marlon
example.
Wayans. Remember when that movie when he was a baby? That's who the kidnapped.
Big man was coming.
Yeah, that's who
little man.
kidnapped.
Yeah, little man.
Little man, hell yeah. That movie funny as hell.
Hey, so is this story.
And you know the crazy part about
maybe that was the baby she saw.
Little man. That's
Maybe that was the baby she saw.
and the craziest part about this whole thing is that she was a first time offender. That's why she got the time that she got. The year suspended sentence, $18,000 that she has to restitution that she has to pay. But the sheriff wanted to throw the book at him. You saw the prosecutor wanted to throw the book at him, and you know they're trying to make an example of him. But I've seen a lot of people do a lot of things, and way worse than what she did. But you don't
I was
hear.
gonna bring that up. I was going to bring that up.
They should sentence her to a mental health counseling or something, so they could, that's something that they need to start doing instead of sentencing people to jail or volunteering their time. Send them to counseling. Go find out what the hell wrong with them, because something wrong with them.
This is it right here.
So instead of go find out.
That's it.
Doing?
See that?
What is that?
See that?
Is that a mating call you doing?
Oh my God.
He said a mating call.
What you got? What you got, bad Professor?
I was going to say it's just like my rant about drunk driving. Come on, conspiracy brother. Damn. He not hitting click clacks together. That was his hands.
That was the back of his hand.
That was his hands, man.
Number love for you. Got number love for you.
I'm trying to learn his language, man.
Said, dog, you throw that. That was the alley. You throw it off the backbone. Somebody got to catch it.
That's okay.
But I like the anger of the attorney general for them not throwing the book at her. But I'm sure that same attorney general don't have that same kind of smoke for like I said, drunk driving offenses or when her friends do some shit. I'm sure she don't have that kind of smoke.
Oh, you mean on white crimes?
Right there, you go. You know how I list them. You know how I list them. Goddamn.
Hey, that's why I said it.
Yeah, it's just a crazy situation that Yeah, I agree with conspiracy brother. Instead of her doing 100 hours, man, get that lady some counseling. Something is going wrong for you to, because she was a nursing student. I think she was a nursing student.
Yeah, she was crying out for help.
Exactly. And for them to, I understand that she needs to pay restitution, but she needs help. And instead of trying to give her help, they want to put her behind bars.
I told you, because they found out she.
Well, that's why they make their money.
When they found out she lied, they were like, "Oh, we got this nigga."
I was gonna say something gauche about what she need, but I'm not gonna do that.
Okay then, man. Hey, like I said, we started.
Maybe she needs to be.
That's what I was gonna fucking say.
You should have said.
That's what I was gonna say.
Man, Paula,
I ain't scared to pull that trigger.
Like I keep saying, occasionally I do need to play the role of the adult in the room.
I'm trying to be the adult too, Hey, you know, because Paula said it earlier. What she said?
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
But maybe she was. That's why I asked her on the side of the road chasing after babies.
Knock some sense out of her head.
See, now y'all got Pharaoh wishing he was somewhere.
Oh yeah,
Man, she had to go and cool off. Woo! got to recover.
Oh my goodness, Miss Paula,
God
come
damn
on.
it.
Y'all crazy. See, there you go. We got a witness. Testify. Testify.
Ain't a good place to be. Oh.
Y'all taking her to church right now. She testifying in here.
Oh man. But y'all saw how we started out. And, you know, we ended it on a high note because, man, some crazy ish been going on.
Always high.
Oh man. It's just one of those things that when I first heard it, I was like, man, what the hell? You know, it's just crazy. So
Tim put out that mating call. That's what happened.
But hey,
Miss Paula, stop encouraging this.
oh man. Hey, like I say, man, we gonna end this 2 cigars on a high note because I saw it. I know Pharaoh King saw it. Hey, y'all down in Louisiana, y'all probably even eat them. I don't know what they do in Baltimore. Yeah, they eat everything in Baltimore, but it was funny as hell to me. And I was like, God damn it, has to be a white man.
All trying to act like they gonna come in here and get me, then I'll let that alligator loose and see what they do about that.
You don't have an alligator.
Yes, he do.
He do got alligator. That's the alligator man.
I'm sure it ain't lying to you. I'm the alligator man. Okay?
On Wednesday, environmental conservation officers arrived at Tony Cavallero's Hamburg home with a warrant in hand before seizing his 11-foot alligator named Albert.
I don't even know where he is. I have no closure on this whole thing. I don't know what's going on. It's not fair to him. It's not fair to me. Well, everything they did to me was absolutely, it was like they treated me like I was a terrorist.
Cavallero has owned Albert for more than 30 years. According to the DEC, possession of animals designated as dangerous is prohibited in the state unless when licensed by the DEC.
I'd always get my permit renewal 2 months beforehand. And then they started getting sluggish.
Hanging on the wall is the last permit Cavallero received from the DEC, expiring in 2021. He says it's been like jumping through hoops in order to get it renewed. The DEC adopted new regulations in 2020 for possessing alligators. Officials say Cavallero failed to meet specific conditions to ensure the animal did not come in contact with humans.
He's just a big gentle giant. He truly is.
Doug Widowson is a longtime friend of Cavallero's. Last year, going swimming with the gator in its enclosure.
I just dipped into the pool real quick, and I just cautiously walked over to him, pat him on his head, and gave him a kiss.
Cavallero says he has received an overwhelming amount of support from the community in the days that followed Albert's seizure.
Goddamn alligator.
He said, I dipped in the pool real quick.
Hey, listen, man.
Hey, I'm gonna go to the.
First of all, what they failed to mention.
I'm gonna go to Mad Professor because he got his hand on the head like he can't believe it. What you got to say about the alligator man, Mad Professor?
See, the shit of it is, you know they white because black people live with enough danger all fucking ready. Get an alligator, motherfucker.
30 years.
30 years with an alligator. You know,
Come
so
on, they say
you notice the one thing they don't show is his wife. off the rip. Off the damn rip. You know they don't show no woman with this.
He wasn't married.
There you go.
He wasn't
There you
married.
go. Because he has a fucking alligator.
Oh shit. Pharaoh,
I mean,
Pharaoh, what you got, Pharaoh? Oh shit. What you got, Pharaoh?
So first of all, I didn't know alligators live 30
Alligators
years.
live 100 years.
Yeah, alligator live 100.
Maybe I ain't know.
Unless
I ain't
something
know.
kill an alligator, it keeps living.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, they said the alligator was blind.
Yeah.
So it was blind, it was old. Then he was letting neighbors get in that pool, not just that one guy. He was like letting a bunch of people get in the pool with this damn alligator.
Ain't no type of
He was holding that damn alligator for hostage, man.
Hey, Joe, Joe, it wasn't Florida. I gotta let Joe know it wasn't in Florida, Joe. It was in Hamburg, New York. Hamburg, New York.
That's right. It was New York.
Yeah.
First of all,
Oh my God, Miss Paula, come! I ask you not to, Miss Paula. I ask you not to.
Told you, she wild. She coming.
Yeah, man. Yeah. He was in the middle of the city with this alligator, man.
My question is,
Go ahead, Tim Dog.
Everybody's getting in the same water, but the alligator that eats shit and piss.
You saw how dark that water was, right?
I mean, you're not thinking about that?
Man, but if you look at the video, he had it nice for the alligator though. I mean, he had the indoor for the alligator.
Man, that alligator was a prisoner, man.
I didn't see any running water in
there.
That water was stagnant.
You know why the alligator was blind? He kept seeing the same shit for 30 years, man. He was tired of seeing that shit.
He was blind because that alligator was blind because there was no female gators there, so he kept having to jerk himself off.
How about some carcasses that he didn't ate? That's at the bottom.
There's all kind of alligator goo up in there.
Not to mention piss. You get water in your mouth.
Oh my goodness, man.
Yeah, the alligator was a person. Hell,
you got to be some type of crazy though.
It sounds like you've been in the water with an alligator before.
That shit nasty.
Oh my God.
About to call your ass the alligator man too, since you know about the water in the mouth.
You call me the scared alligator man.
Jerk himself off.
Like I said, it's just sad that
his wife. That's what he said for 30 years. Goddamn wife.
Oh my God,
that alligator, I'm sure was rough.
Oh my damn.
You can imagine the alligator claw.
Oh, this shit over what the hell. Oh,
yeah, quickly.
Oh, we done lost control.
Listen, man, I have no sympathy for that man getting that alligator taken from him because that alligator did not have a life.
No, not at all.
I don't care how much of a pet he had. I don't care how many permits that he had renewed. They realized that, hey, somebody getting paid getting these damn permits.
Because I'm gonna tell you what, I did see this story earlier this week, and they showed a video of the alligator walking around the sanctuary. The alligator has a hump in its back right behind its head like this, which means that alligator's pool is too small for that creature.
Oh,
so it's been mushed up and it has a deformed spine. And one, because it's too small, and two, alligators, like most reptiles, need the sun.
Yeah,
need UVB, and windows block UVB. So he's never gotten out in the sun. So it has malformed bones. That alligator was living a horrible life in that pool.
Hey, you forgetting one thing, Professor? It's cold as fuck up there. Those alligators ain't meant to be no colder.
Well, alligators can actually survive the cold, just not the length of cold New York gets. Because alligators in South and North Carolina, as long as their nostrils are above the water line when it freezes, they're fine.
They're fine. Yeah.
I bet that motherfucker burnt the fuck up when he felt some sun on his back.
Probably.
You don't have to take care of that alligator. That alligator probably ain't never killed nothing.
Yeah, he never killed nothing. No.
Well, like you said, it's blind, so it may not even know how to live like an alligator. Because even here in Louisiana, when they do those stupid little boat tours with alligators where they get them to come up to boats, they equate every boat with food. So you'll hear stories of people getting tipped over in boats because the alligators used to seeing a boat and then expecting food.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that alligator can't even live as a gator anymore.
Yeah, that
Note to self, not going on any more tours in Louisiana.
But you know that's true. That's true with any type of animal, because once you start feeding the animal, they become accustomed to that. And like you say, Matt, Professor, hey, you know, like we went to one of my partner's house over here, and they got his neighbor has a bait thing, and you hear it spin all the time when they throw food out there for the fish. So the fish not gonna bite when you throw your hook and line out there, because they already are accustomed to being fed at a certain time, so they know food is coming. You know, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I totally agree with you. This animal has been kept for 30 years, and you got your neighbors coming over, and the alligator is blind. So what if the alligator wasn't feeling that day? He was feeling real alligatorish. I guess that. It took a bite out of somebody.
And that's all. And I'm telling you, It's going to happen. This is what happened with the killer whale.
Oh yeah,
He got tired of motherfuckers doing tricks and shit. So guess
I'm
what?
gonna-
I'm gonna drag
he got
your
tired
ass
of
down
doing-
to the
he
bottom
got
of
tired
this
of
damn pool because I'm tired of you guys
Yeah.
doing tricks, feeding me fucking minnows. I'm trying to get me a seal.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
remember
yeah.
last time you put your foot on my back and kicked me, motherfucker?
That well was
Yeah.
the subject of that movie Blackfish. Its name was Tillicum. It had killed
Yeah.
5 people, 5
That's right.
trainers before they finally put it down.
Yeah, and as you can see,
But you put something down that you created.
Yeah, but what
Yes.
was it? SeaWorld?
Yes,
SeaWorld,
SeaWorld.
they don't do the dolphin thing. And then
To America.
No,
I
they
know-
do
I
the
know
shows. They just the trainers aren't allowed in the water with the animals
Okay.
anymore.
Yeah, you remember
oh.
Brian when we went down there last time? They didn't get in the water. with it.
Yeah, they're not allowed to get in the water with them anymore.
They ain't been in the water in
But
years.
what's the other dude?
I ain't
I
never
think
seen
one of
him
them
in
just died. Siegfried
Oh,
and
you're talking
Roy.
about Roy Horn of Siegfried and Roy died
Yeah,
recently.
but remember they used to have the thing with the lion. Then the lion,
Yeah.
one of the lions,
Tigers.
Tore
With the
his
tigers.
ass up.
Was it a tiger or a lion?
It
Tiger.
was a white tiger.
A white tiger tore his ass up because the
Yeah.
animal always gonna be an
His
animal.
It's
I
like
don't
Chris
give a
Rock
damn.
said, a tiger gonna tiger.
That's right. And goddamn it, hey. But
Tiger gonna
but
tiger.
like
Wait a
I
minute.
say, though,
Let's talk about the lady. Remember the lady that had the chimpanzee that got her ass beat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It ripped her face off.
Yeah.
They got beat up
She
by
had-
a monkey.
No,
She had like
Tim, listen to me, Tim. A 50-pound chimpanzee can beat a 400-pound wrestler when they're
That's right.
angry.
That's right.
Chimpanzees ain't no punks.
And they not, and they definitely ain't small. You saw
No.
them playing on the apes. They fucking
Well-
people up.
Oh my God.
What happened? He ran out of nuts or something?
No, but chimpanzees, like any intelligent animal, you
Yeah.
have to stimulate them. And
Yeah.
her keeping it as a pet and as a child did not stimulate it enough. And it got angry and scared one day and ripped her goddamn face off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rip the face off, man. You know how mad you got to be to rip a face off?
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy the club, Miss Paula.
Should have
Yeah.
kept more nuts.
And that's what it is, man. Hey, like I say, man, we started the show off, man.
Oh,
with
wow.
some heavy.
Did you see what Mr. Jenkins posted? Oh, my God.
Yeah, I got posted again. There it is.
He said it started with his wife. That's why she ain't around. Got them gator munching them motherfuckers up.
And when they say
man.
give it to a gator or give it to a pig, you ain't gonna have no evidence.
Right,
That's right.
right.
Hey, like I said before, we started the show off with some seriousness, and then we ended it on a light note with the alligator man. I'm telling you, yeah.
Foolishness.
But that's what you got to have. You got to have a balance of both. You know, we want to bring you stuff that's gonna stimulate you, gonna get you upset, gonna get you mad, gonna get you.
Okay.
Who this bitch?
See, that's why you get a goddamn dog. A dog gonna smell you still through the dive. Goddamn Tim said, bitch, you ain't true. Bitch, you ain't
Get out of my
true.
house.
I'm trying.
And what happened when you're monkeying
I'm
around?
trying to do my little soliloquy. I know I fucked that word up, but
You said that right.
You know what? I blame
You got it right.
Stephen A for giving you that fucking word.
And you see, every time he said, he get all fancy.
And he make sure you say,
It
make
take
sure
him
you
the-
know you hear it. I hope I
It
said
take
it
him the
right.
whole show to get that shit together.
I hope I said it right.
And every time he says it, he follows up with, I hope I said that right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Shibibidoo.
Besides the professor, all y'all think y'all goddamn spelling bee experts, spelling words and pronouncing it, man.
Can't spell for shit.
I ain't never admitted to nothing. That's him. I get the $30 words from him, and I write those shits down.
I never threw mud rocks when I was little.
Oh,
But,
my
but,
damn.
like, but like I said though, we started Two Cigarettes at a Blunt on a serious note, but we have to end on a light note because there's a lot of craziness out there in the world. And sometimes you just got to think, man, I can't believe the world could be this goddamn non-compassionate or evil or whatever.
Yes.
But then you got to have that laughter because laughter, eases some of the pain. And just like Ms. Paula said, she enjoyed us tonight. And she enjoyed, we gave her a little laughter before she about to go to the club. So Paula, make sure you go out to the club. Be careful out there. You know what I'm saying?
Party for me.
Be
Yeah,
careful.
be careful out there and have a good time. Same thing with my cousin-in-law's Joe. I need to call New York City because it might be a couple of rewards up there for missing people. Check the alligator. Check the alligator pond.
No, you ain't gonna find them. They gone.
They gone. But before we go, we always got to lead the people with something, something special. So Tim Dog, for Be More Careful, what you got for the people?
Chinese proverb. If you cannot pee, check your pants for wetness.
Is that from the Hennessy Book of Wisdom, nigga?
Nah, that's from the Cannabis Book of 420.
Oh my God.
Oh man, I got that one. Okay.
Greatest story ever told.
Man, oh my goodness. Bad professor from the boot. What you got for the people?
All right, now see, he went Chinese. I was going Japanese. An idiot can't be cured of idiocy until they die.
That idiot peed on himself.
No care for that.
Or if you want another one, that's a little bit more uplifting. Love, much like a cough, cannot be hidden.
Oh, that's true.
And neither can a pee stain.
You can let your shirt out.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you now, both of y'all need to stay out the Far East.
Hey, King, you know what they say to you?
Look, King, Pharaoh, just because we not looking for our Asian princess, don't mean we can't traverse the Asian continent. God damn you.
Oh, man. Oh,
I've
man.
already had the Asian, so.
Yeah. Pharaoh
Oh, they
King.
threw you back?
Yeah. Oh, goodness. See, I wasn't going to say nothing. But Pharaoh King, what you got for the people?
So I got a fun fact. Get out of the Far East. So humans are deuterostomes. I guess that's how you say it. Which means that they develop in the womb. The anus forms before any other opening, which means basically at one point we're all nothing but an asshole. And some people never develop beyond that.
Amen.
Okay.
Of course, his brother-in-law, amen that shit.
Who you call an asshole?
And then Tim Dog fucking just takes it and you know what, man?
Oh man.
Y'all fools is
It's that time, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I didn't have time to do it today, but it's the same old thing because he is here. Conspiracy brother number 1.
Mahatma Gandhi.
This dude.
Conspiracy brother number 1. What you got for the people?
I gotta meditate. Okay, it says.
I'm laughing already. I don't know why the fuck I'm laughing.
Oh man, I'm keeping it simple this week. I'm keeping it simple. All right. I'm vibrating high.
Fuck.
It's a literal spiritual trip. I open my mind and close my eyes. I'm on a spiritual trip. It's not a traditional hit. It's a new spiritual gift. I open my mind, I close my eyes. I'm on a spiritual trip. I never had a wish. I knew Source gave me a gift. To open your mind and close your eyes. Now you're on a spiritual trip. A journey you knew never exists. A level some will never equip. So close your eyes and take a look. It can't be described in the book. Go on a spiritual trip.
This motherfucker a vibrator.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. Was this a vibrator story?
That's all. Out of all that, we're gonna start off vibration with the dudes raping the guy. You know.
You see what Paula started tonight? This is what Paula started.
You're the one who said you were vibrating.
Yeah, you say you vibrating.
I said I'm vibrating.
A vibrator.
I'm
you said
vibrating.
I'm hot and I need to be worked.
I said I'm high.
But Tim,
you see what
you dissecting the shit out of that damn vocal, ain't you?
Yeah, you saw what Tim was doing earlier, so you already know what his mind at.
Y'all was crazy. Y'all was crazy.
Oh man.
Hey,
Man.
you know what? You know, we be talking about relationships and shit, right?
Yeah.
And we was talking about relationships at work. I know we about to get off this thing. So it kind of reminded me of an old relationship
Save
that
it
I
for the
had.
after show.
Huh?
Save it for the after show.
Okay, yeah. You know what?
Yeah,
I will. I will.
Yeah, save that after show.
I will.
Because like I say, ladies and gentlemen, you know, we
Got people, y'all got to tune back in for us on the after show now.
you know, we come
Hey,
with some seriousness, but we also come with some laughter. Hopefully, we bring you some joy. Hopefully, you enjoy this show tonight. You know, two cigars and a blunt. If you didn't get a chance, go back and check out my man, Conspiracy Brother #1. You know, he was on the podcast today. Hey, if you get a chance, check it out. You know, the brother always speaking knowledge.
Paula.
Hey, what's the name of the
He talking
podcast?
shit.
Man, he had everything in that
Yeah, what was the
commercial
name of
but
the
incense.
Talking
He was
shit
on.
with P.
Say it again.
I say he
Talking shit with P.
Talking shit with Pete.
P.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that was her. That was her right there. That was on the show. That
Okay.
day.
Okay, make sure you check it out.
conspiracy. But you
Make
know,
sure
your commercial was cool. I like the way you was panning out the books, opening up books that you'd have marked down and had the flower plants, vegetation, but you had one thing missing: incense. That was in no incense smoke.
I got them on the side.
Oh, okay.
See, man, I can't show the whole arsenal of what I got. I got a bunch of shit.
Okay.
Like I'm about.
Well,
Look,
you
like I said, y'all about to be trying some kombucha.
I know you already took us on a vibrating trip, so
I
I
know
already
that's
I
right.
know where you're going. So, my mind is vibrating right now.
Happy birthday, man, on the street.
Sure it's not your chair?
Hey,
You got the new P Diddy 2024
with the special seat at the
Ladies and
bottom.
gentlemen, hey, if you enjoyed this show, hey, it's just going to get better because we're going to the after show called Ash Out. And that's where
y'all
everybody
foolish.
just talk about what they want to talk about. And always remember, hey,
5 minutes.
come for the conversation, but stay for the show. And with that, I'm the man on the street.
This is Pharaoh King.
Tim Dog from Be More Careful.
It's the mad professor living in the boot.
Conspiracy Brother #1. We'll be back.
That's right. We'll be back in 5 minutes on Ashed Out. And this is 2 cigars and a blunt. And we are out. Uh-oh. Hit the button.
All trying to act like they gonna come in here and get me. Then
That's the wrong button.
He should have left the alligator man.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious.
Oh, we gonna close with the alligator man?
all trying to act like they gonna come in here and get me. Then I'll let that alligator loose and see what they do about that.
You don't have an alligator.
Yes, he do.
He do got alligator. That's the alligator man.
I'm sure it ain't lying to you. I'm the alligator man. Okay.
On Wednesday.